Hi, this is Jeffrey Kerr Financial Group. Today is Friday, March 6, 2026, TGIF. So the markets, as most days this week, reacting, it seems, just to the price of oil. Oil goes up, markets get pressured. And that makes sense. The oil is such a big component of the global economy and also is a big component of CPI and inflation measures. So oil going up, inflation goes up, interest rates may not come down. I have another thought on that. We'll get to that in a little bit. So again, oil is kind of 95% correlation this morning with the US dollar. That's really high and probably starts to revert back to zero at some point. And maybe that means oil could top out here. Then you maybe get a relief rally. That's not a prediction because there's just so many moving parts in the geopolitical. That's just unknown. Where we go to, how it plays out, the ramifications, second derivative of different decisions, matters and could influence things too. Another thing that happened this morning, the jobs number for February came in very disappointing. 92,000 jobs lost when 60-some thousand were expected as a gain. So a big disappointment. And, is that one data point start a trend? I don't know. All things being equal, this sets up for an interest rate cut in the future. But we're not going to get that soon. There's two more meetings. One, I believe, at the end of March, and then one in May. That Powell's going to be the chairman of the Fed. He's not going to do anything. And then when Warsh comes in as the new chairman, probably get an interest rate cut there. But that's a few months out, and a lot of stuff can happen before then. Right now, bond yields a little sticky high because of the worries over inflation, because of the worries of oil prices being high. The stock market specifically, seems to have this trend where it sells off early at the opening hour of trading in New York and then kind of rallies back. We've seen it yesterday where the market was down all day, kind of came back at the end. We'll see if that pattern continues. Kind of worrisome that we go, that it ends up being down, and then kind of comes back, but not all the way back. And also, I think traders going into the weekend may not want to hold a lot of exposure and maybe selling into the close today. Who knows? But I also think just the overall dynamics, not only the geopolitical, but maybe the economy and some of the other markets are changing, and that needs to be addressed. And maybe it is right now prudent to be more risk off. Hey, a rally can happen any time, but I think from a prudent standpoint that getting more defensive may make some sense. We'll leave it there. Have a good weekend. Thank you for listening, and we'll be back on Monday. Thank you again. Goodbye.